I'm Larry Menti. Welcome back to the Delaware Way, celebrating 150 years of baseball in Delaware. That's what these gentlemen do. They're part of the Diamond State Baseball Club. Barry Schecter, Matthew Bartnicki, and Greg Boulden. Got all the names right. You're all members of the club, right?
Yes.
Let's start with what exactly this is. So you play like they played 150 years ago?
Yes, we play vintage baseball, which is the rules from 1864, and we don't use gloves. It's a wooden bat. The ball is almost as hard as a hard ball, not quite as soft as a T-ball. It's a turnip style, is that what they call it, a tulip?
Yes.
So it's not the seams that you would see on a regular.
Are really different.
Yeah, it's a little bit different, right? But it's a little bit different style. But I'm a pitcher for the club. And so it's enough that you can grip the seams and have a bunch of different pitches. It's underhand pitching. The rules are almost identical to modern. However, there's some minor annoyances when you're learning the game. You can't run past first base. You can catch the ball on one bounce for an out. A foul ball is not a strike. And you get a warning before you get a ball. You get a warning before you get a strike. And the idea was to try to have people hit the ball, make contact. It was a gentleman's sport, so it wasn't so much about the intimidation of that pitcher's mound coming down. It was about a gentlemanly game and having a nice little battle between two communities from across different state sides.
When did it transition from this gentleman's game that was just played, I guess, among friends or among clubs into what we know today? How did that transition start into where they started selling tickets and they started getting fans?
So I'll start, I'll let you kind of go. So the transition began really with the pitcher. So one of the guys who pitched for the Diamond State was Fergie Malone. He was considered one of the best players in the country, but he threw hard. The catcher was back there without a glove. And over time, the calluses, the broken fingers, the rules started to change in favor of, okay, well, maybe the catcher should have some type of mitt on their hand. So we moved to a modern game in the 1880s where everybody on the field started wearing a mitt to catch the ball, but it was actually not the modern day mitt. It was like a workman glove, right?
A gardening glove.
How about you guys? Do you get calluses? Does it hurt your hands? Do you get broken fingers?
Yeah, certain techniques to catch the ball. Some people do.
Like not catching the ball? Is that a good technique?
Well, you can catch on a bound too, so the no glove, you can always use that to your advantage. Yeah, some people break fingers. The first baseman doesn't have a mitt, so the shortstop or the third baseman's winging that ball over to him. The catcher doesn't have a mitt, like he was saying. So, yeah, you can break some fingers, break some fingernails, but overall, if you have a good technique, you should be able to catch the ball just fine. And it's softer, too. Right. It's not as hard as a modern baseball. Right.
But somebody can still hit it hard, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it can still come at you, especially if you're like the pitcher.
Oh, very, very much so. I mean, the ball will come back at you before you can blink.
Well, and it's a shorter distance to the pitcher's area. So it's only 45 feet versus 60 like it is in the majors. So that ball comes back very quickly.
And the ball was pitched underhand so people could hit it? Is that the idea? They wanted people to hit it?
Yeah, because it was originally played between social clubs, it was much more of a gentleman's game, and they could kind of really just play the game, enjoy it, and then spend some time together as social clubs.
Let's go to modern day and you guys reenacting. Is that... I know you don't. You're really playing. So reenacting's not maybe the right word, but you dress in the garb and you play exactly the same rules. So sort of. You know what I mean?
No, yeah, you have an idea. You have the right idea.
You get a good idea of what the game's being played right there. Is it popular?
It's very popular. How many clubs are in the country?
Well, we have 25 in the Mid-Atlantic region in the Mid-Atlantic Vintage Baseball League. There's about 400 clubs throughout the entire country. Some play different eras, like 1880s out in California. Some play 1870s. We play 1864. So each team kind of has their own style and own era ball that they follow the rules by. So you can go to Ohio and play by 1860 rules, or you can go to New York and play 1864, or you can go to San Francisco and play 1880. So
we have to wrap up, so let's get all the information, where people can get more information on this. Can they join the club, or can they go out to watch a club?
Yeah, so you can search us on the web at diamondstatebaseball.com, or you can email us at diamondstatebaseball@gmail.com.
And you get some pretty good crowds to come out and watch this?
We do. We had our Hagley game. Actually, the game in Dover for Dover Days is probably attended by close to 1,000 people.
Wow.
You know, because that's a very high exposure, and we do the Delaware State Cup game that day, the Governor's Cup. But yeah, and we're looking for players of all abilities. You know, we're looking. There's people that are in their 60s that play, and there's people that are 18. We're really looking 18 and older. So if you're 18 up through and you still have that willing spirit to play, we want you because it's a great time, and our club's always looking
all
to
ages,
expand.
shapes and sizes. Anyone really who can just loves the game of baseball.
Anyone who breathes.
Yeah.
That's what you want.
And one of the nice things is that it's not local. The team has traveled to Cooperstown to play a tournament.
Wow.
They've traveled to Gettysburg to play a tournament. Some members will go to Ohio and various other states, going out to Long Island to play games as well, just to kind of join in and see what baseball looks like around the country.
Barry Schecter, Matthew Bartnicki, and Greg Boulden, all the founding member and all members of the Diamond State Baseball Club.